How y'all doing? I'm trying to promote a lifestyle where truck drivers and bus drivers can work 6 months out of the year and take off the rest of the year. The way I do it is I'm a seasonal bus driver up in Alaska, work in the tourism industry, and make $1,500 to $2,500 a week over the summer. And there are several places you can do that in Alaska, mostly down in Juneau and Ketchikan. You can do it in Anchorage, and you can do it in Denali. And there may be some other places you can do it, but those are the areas I'm familiar with. There are many drivers in Alaska who make more money than I do, who have worked themselves into good situations. I got to work on average about 60 hours a week to make 2,000 bucks or more, but it's not particularly hard work. But there are also a lot of drivers who will make significantly less money than I will. They haven't quite figured out the ropes yet. Just like anything, you kind of have to either climb the ladder or work yourself into the most desirable situation. Some of the things you have to worry about in Alaska that you don't have to worry about as much in the lower 48 is often you're dependent on your company for your housing and your food. Often your housing and your food are crap, so that's one of the things you have to really pay attention to and make sure it's something you're comfortable with. When I was younger, I could put up with a lot more. Now I needed a little more comforts than I did and better food than I did when I was younger. So that's something you want to pay close attention to when you're deciding on a company to go with. So some of the places you can find these jobs would be searching Indeed for seasonal jobs. Just do seasonal, or you could search. Just put Alaska in and CDL. Start looking in January for jobs in Alaska. That's when they'll start showing up. You could also look at Cool Works, which specializes in seasonal work. You can also look at the workforce development website for Alaska. These are some of the places you can look. The people I've often seen fare the best up here are those with their own RVs and campers, so they have access to their own cooking and can cook for themselves, or and their own housing, so they don't have to worry about noisy neighbors. They don't have to worry about shared bathrooms or other subpar accommodations. But the accommodations are going to vary from company to company what they're going to bring to the table. So that's, as I said earlier, that's something you need to pay close attention to. But part of my objective is also trying to get more trucking companies down in the lower 48 to be accustomed to having drivers work 6 months on, 6 months off, or 3 months on, 3 months off, and support them in doing that. When you call a lot of these recruiting agents at the trucking companies, it's not something they see in their offerings. And so if you're not with a company that's willing to do that, a lot of these companies won't won't have that offering available for you. I'm trying to make this more commonplace that companies accept this as a normal way of life for truck drivers. If you are interested in driving truck in the lower 48 and are interested in maybe working 6 months on and 6 months off, you could just put interested in the underneath this video, or you can shoot me an email and put interested in the subject line. Uh, Tell me a little bit about what you're looking for, and when I get something going, I'll reach out to you and see if you're still looking. If you're going to work in Anchorage, my recommendation would be Premier Alaska. That's my personal recommendation. If you're going to work in Denali, my personal recommendation would be Aramark. Uh, so I wish you the best in your search. Life is short. That's why I I'm only working 6 months a year, so best of luck to you.